Welcome back to the podcast. Today, we want to know if you are waiting for permission.
Ooh. Welcome to Shift Happens, the podcast about navigating the lighter side of life's challenges.
I'm Robin McIntire, a certified life and transitions coach.
And I'm Monique Eckes, a question asker. I love all my ers.
The ers work.
All right, so waiting for permission. Okay, well, permission for what?
That's the greatest question, right?
Okay.
And maybe you listeners are thinking too, what am I waiting for with a goal? So this could be starting a new business. It could be changing jobs. It could be starting a new hobby. What comes to mind for you?
Yeah, we talked about investing in yourself. I think it's even down to the little things. Mm-hmm. Where should we go on vacation? You have to ask everybody. Or what's for dinner? Like sometimes we get into I've gotten into the pattern of asking for permission for so many things, but even the bigger stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like starting a business. I think we can maybe overthink it.
So sometimes it feels like you just know you want to do something or you have an idea and something's stopping you. And subconsciously, I do think this is a subconscious thing where we're actually waiting for someone to help make it happen or asking for permission for something to happen. For whatever reason, we don't give ourselves permission to go do the thing.
Oh, okay, yes. I mean, so much. We're asking all these people out here. So, I mean, that's the other thing is who is they?
Yeah, who are they
Like,
that need to, who are they that need to give us permission? It may be a single person. I mean,
Okay.
it could be, I've got to ask my husband or my wife or my partner, whatever that is, and it would make sense on certain things. But you said something earlier about something you realized in your life that really helped you, well, in fact, I think it's her definition of success came from this.
Yes, it did. So a few years ago, someone asked me, what's your definition of success? And I had to think about it for a little bit. And I said, my definition of success is to never have to ask for permission.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
Because that is really big. That says a lot about trusting yourself.
Yeah, I was holding myself back from so many things. And I think it's a little bit of that over research or that, on the fence. So analysis paralysis, I can get into that, but a big part of that for me is as a people pleaser.
Yeah, people pleasers.
Oh my gosh. And it's really hard to do something new and unique if you're trying to be like everybody else, And so I just had to make myself go, okay, I don't need permission from all of these places. Maybe a coach. If I'm talking to you, you don't give me permission, but it's a good place to talk things out and then make a decision. Mm-hmm. So I just thought success for me is to not have to ask permission.
I do remember when you said that one of the first sessions we had. And it's such a great insight. And for you to check, listeners, check in with yourself to see how much do I wait to see if what I want to do or what I want to say or what I want to have or be or do. Mm-hmm. How much does that depend on? It can get a little bit into FOPO, the fear of other people's opinion. But we're talking about really getting permission, like a big one, getting permission. Who do you have to get permission from to be yourself, like totally yourself?
Oh my gosh, because we were like, so sometimes we have to get permission from the internet. These are places maybe not to. Your second cousin in Chicago, society.
Yeah.
So those are like the they.
Yeah,
right.
And it's unspoken kind of, right? And it's a little bit subconscious, but there is that part in us. Now there's other blocks that we have as human beings that keep us stuck. We've talked a lot about that already. But this one falls under the category of fear, really.
Yeah.
Will I get the support if I, go start the new job, change,
That's
even
true.
people that want to change their way of being, they want to change their lifestyle. Do you know how hard that is for people that because of their marriage or their friendships,
Or
it's a permission thing. Like, I don't have these people's permission to change.
or I've always been like this.
Yes.
Now if I change, I'm like this.
I'm going to get kicked out of the tribe.
I'm not going to be accepted. And oh my gosh. Yeah.
It's a real thing. It is a real thing.
It is. And a lot of, like you saying, are subconscious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
Right?
subconscious.
And so those are kind of some of the downsides of waiting for permission.
Yeah.
They're getting
you back.
permission, though.
Yeah.
What are the upsides?
Getting permission helps you move forward. If you can just give yourself permission, trust yourself, which has been really fun to watch Monique do. Well, if we could back up too, one of the first things you said when you were telling me why you wanted to coach was what?
Yeah. Okay, so also I'm going to back up a little further too.
Okay.
Permission from yourself is what we're trying to go for.
Yes.
So
very much.
Even though we're like asking the internet and our second cousin in Chicago, all of that, what we're really hoping that you'll figure out by the end of this is how to get permission from yourself. And so when I first started coaching with Robin, I said, this is what I need. I need to learn how to trust my intuition.
Yeah. And you used that word. You used intuition.
Yes. And
said, I think you wondered if you even had any.
For sure.
Yeah. And I said, well, of course you do,
Yeah.
but you're not used to trusting it or checking in there.
Yes, and because I have a lifetime of trying to seek outside permissions.
Yeah.
And I think when I made up that definitions of success, it was when I was kind of newly single, and all the permission I'd asked for never amounted to anything anyway. So why didn't I just do what I wanted?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that just felt so freeing for me. But then it's still in there. You know, it still kind of seeps in unconsciously, like you said, because especially as a business owner, I'm always like, well, what if I try this marketing thing? Oh, I don't know. Maybe I should see what other people have done. Maybe I should ask this person. Maybe I should do this.
Self-doubt.
The self-doubt.
Yeah, self-doubt.
And I was starting to realize when I was starting coaching with you is that I would kind of go do it anyway.
Yeah.
I was wasting my time looking for permission.
Yeah.
In a way. So yeah, I think I've gotten a lot out of that with you.
Well, and Monique, I have to compliment you too, because I'll tell you something about Monique.
Okay.
You are okay with throwing spaghetti against the wall, and if it sticks, great, and if not, you do not waste any time beating yourself up, you analyze it enough to get something out of it, like a lesson or what I would do different next time, but it just doesn't hang you up at all. So you've gotten really good at moving through all of that, but you have started to really trust yourself.
It's shocking.
It's awesome.
It's a lot harder than it sounds.
Right.
But
because self-doubt's going to come in regardless, but I think you catch it quicker.
Yeah.
You set yourself straight quicker. Like, wait a minute, who are they to tell me I'm...
Who are they?
Yeah, who are they anyway?
Right, that's exactly. We're doing air quotes. Who are they?
Yeah, who are they?
Tell me.
Ask yourself that a lot.
Right?
Who am I thinking about when I'm worried about they? What will they think?
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time. I love that. The other thing too, that's kind of hard for me, I think, when I'm waiting for permission is I don't notice that I'm waiting for it. And so that's one of your nice things that you always say, like, notice what you notice. And so you may not even realize that you're waiting for permission.
Yeah.
And so we're hoping that this podcast also sparks you to think like, uh-oh, is that the one thing holding me back from this thing I really want?
And when you find yourself getting good at the power of the pause, right? Those pauses are those moments that you do notice. And even if you start like Monique saying, Monique just, when we talked about notice what you notice, your whole body went, ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to notice what I noticed. So if that can be a goal too, is to notice what you notice, you'll be catching that. What am I waiting for? And then you can keep asking, am I waiting for someone's permission? Am I waiting for the self-doubt to go away? What am I waiting for?
Yeah.
And you can give yourself permission to move forward even if you don't know.
Yeah.
Even if you don't know, you're stopping to notice something's going on. It's usually fear related, and again, can be very subconscious and not fear like the lion is chasing us, but something's holding you back. And if you can just be good enough with, okay, there's something trying to hold me back, but I'm going to go anyway.
Yeah.
And just do the thing. Start the one action.
Yes. Okay, so I want to talk about that a little bit when it comes to you and coaching with you in our sponsor break. So sponsor today is?
Spark Plus session. So if you've been tuning in, I've offered 20% off of this session. 90-minute initial session with me gives you a chance to see what the support what the extra eyes and ears on your story is, and also help you get some direction in what you want to change and how you want to change it. Then we meet up 2 weeks later for a 30-minute session, and we see what's working, what's not, and we tweak, and we go from there.
But what I want to say is this is not a time that you go ask Robin for permission. She will help you learn how to trust your own self, to give yourself permission.
Yes, that is the goal. Yeah. It really is. Even as a coach, I'm saying, don't look for all these outside sources to tell you what to do. But because I always believe in coaching and having, we have peripheral vision? We can see kind of wide, but we have blind spots, all of us, as human beings. So that's what I love about coaching too, is the other thing is, the things that you don't see in yourself that I see can give you a very quick boost into what might be you're not giving yourself enough credit.
Yeah, okay. So really, she just gives you clarity and tools to tackle all this all the time.
And we make it light and fun.
Oh my gosh, that's true. Yeah.
A little squirmy sometimes, but hey.
That's what
part of the deal.
How we get to what we want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It's cool. Thanks, sponsor.
Hey, thank you.
So we have an action step for you to help, and a one-liner to help you with this concept of waiting for permission.
So the one-liner first?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Okay. You are the expert of you. If you really could buy into that and remember that, yes, there's times where we would like other people's opinions and people we care about and we want some feedback, but remember that just to trust yourself more. You are the expert of you. Yeah, yeah. I'm going to try to live by that. I'm the expert of me. Who knows us better than ourselves? That's so true. And that's where honesty comes in too.
Yeah.
For people that don't really get too honest very often, that might not be so true.
Yeah.
Right? Your spouse might be going, I know you better than you do, and it might be true. But we don't want that.
Right,
if you're doing this kind of inner work and you want to be self-aware and have choice in your life, then you are the expert of you.
You are the expert of you.
Yeah.
We said it at the same time.
We so did.
I love it. Okay, so how can we apply this? What's our action step for today?
So I would say get that journal out and ask, what if you already gave yourself permission? Ooh. What if you already did? And whatever your thing is that you were like, wow, if you noticed something during this podcast, yes, I've been holding myself back and I think I have been waiting for something. Maybe it is permission or whatever that is. Get your pen out, no rules, no punctuation, just write. Just write.
I love playing, gamifying, right?
Yeah,
I love the
gamify.
idea of, what if you already had permission?
Yeah. What would that look like?
Ooh.
What would be different in your life? How far along could you be?
Oh my God.
In doing the thing?
Yeah, I love it. I'm definitely going to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks so much for listening and watching the podcast today. And remember, shift happens.
Shift happens.
It does.
Shift happens.
Yeah, but Robin's here to help
I
you.
am here to help you.
Yes.
And we're going to normalize it. We're going to accept it. And then
lighter.
you can do something about it.
And lighter.
Lighter.
Yes. I hope this has helped you get some lightness in some of these deeper topics. And a lot of resources are here in the show notes on your podcast app, on YouTube if you're watching from YouTube, and of course, on Robin's website, which is at
RobinMcIntire.com. It's spelled with all I's, RobinMcIntire.
Yes.
And we would so appreciate you helping us grow this podcast because you know what? We want to make life lighter.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah.
We're on a mission here. So if you got value from this, please share it. Please like it. Please give us a review and make sure you hit notifications if you're watching on
the YouTubes?
On the YouTubes.
Okay. And if you want to participate, which you will, the Spark Session Plus is actually in the show notes. There's a direct link for that. Yeah. So just
lots of show notes
grab
for you.
that. Yeah. And
if you want to participate here, we want questions, we want suggestions and topics and all the things.
Okay.
All right.
Awesome.
Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
Have a great one. Good job. Ciao.